Morgie, this is going to be, could be just as close as that junior final. Some very, very talented young guys.
We're going to see the pace pick up a little bit, but we're not going to see the quality slip at all. These boys have done a few more hard yards. They've got another year or two experience under their belt, and they're going to shear. I think they've got 6 sheep. They've got 8 second shear sheep to complete. 8 sheep.
So 8 sheep ahead of them. Like you say, Morgie, this will be a good quality final as well. These young guys, full-time shearing, just a year or two's more experience. We are taking a step up in grade, so there'll be a step up in pace and ability. That's another very exciting Golden Shears final, ladies and gentlemen, sponsored by Trust House.
The judges have all demisted their glasses for this one. They're going to lean a little closer and look a little harder at these intermediate shearers, because as their skills improve, they do have a tendency to shear a little bit faster than they should, Norm.
Yeah, that's hard not to do, though, in the excitement of a Golden Shears final, isn't it, Morgie? They start swinging into it. Some of them just get a wee bit carried away, start racing, and they need to keep an eye on quality, because the good intermediate grade shearers are going to be keeping an eye on the quality, so the other boys can't afford to lose it. You can't sacrifice everything just for speed.
Daniel Super Speed Seed on stand number 3.
All right, Daniel Super Speed Seed. Oh, Copper Higgins on stand number 2 from Marlborough. And Brandon Maguire-Ratimer on stand number 1 from Winton. A couple of very good South Island shearers there. Morgie, go the south.
Yeah, we got a boy from up north too, to keep them honest. Glenn Murray. We have a Wairarapa way where the big sheep come from. And a couple of our world record holders reside. He's been shearing with the Welchers up there, I bet. And some awesome shearers working alongside Emily Welch. So he's probably been very well taught.
And right down the far end, all the way from Machaleth in Wales.
Very well pronounced.
Gwydion Davies. Like I said yesterday, some of these Welsh town names, ladies and gentlemen, when you're trying to pronounce them, it sounds like you're pronouncing them with a mouthful of thistles. So we have the green light and the thumbs up from the referee. All the boys are at their door. Another big final. Make a bit of noise for these gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen. The Trust House sponsored intermediate shearing final. Timekeepers ready. Competitors set, go. And away we go. 8 sheep in front of these boys. 6 of our very best intermediate grade shearers, of course, here. Yeah, got to be the very best to get up on the final stage at the Golden Shears, no doubt about that. Couple of Southland boys, 3 North Islanders and a Welshman in this field. Way into the first hind leg, they sweep. Looks like Daniel, who'd you call him, Super Speed Seed, winds up the undermine on stand number 3. Same thing for Trent Hughes on stand 4. Up the top of the head they come, up the top of the head for Brandon Maguire-Ratimer and Cobb Higgins. Up the top of the head there for Madison Bright. Gwydion Davies, already been there and done that. He's into the base here and around the back of the head, the Welshman. Talented young man, this Welsh shearer down the far end of the field. Right through into the first front shoulder. Around they sweep now, but Daniel Seed. Long blow time on stand number 3 and long blow time stand 2 and number 1 now. And the rest of the field drop in there as well and head for the last cheek. But it's Daniel Seed on stand number 3 from Woodville as he drops down over the last front shoulder. He's out in front, this young man. Pumping hard, and the rest of the boys chasing. They're working hard, trying to keep the bottom tooth down on the skin as they throw the steel at them. Under the leg and away down into the flank on the last side for the stands 1, 2, and 3. Not a lot between them. Stand number 1. Look at the polish on that one, ladies and gentlemen. Beautiful finish from Brandon Maguire-Ratimer. Very, very talented young shearer. And he's away into the pen first. Go the south, Brandon.
Look at Daniel Seed, the super speed. He's out in front where he likes to be. Daniel Seed, the belly comes off on sheep number 2. In goes Trent Hughes. The Welshman's taking the belly off. Copper Higgins is taking the belly off. The big Marlborough man. Here we go. Brandon Maguire-Ratimer. Undermine time. But Seed's been there, done that. Top knot falls off and up the neck he flies. He's got the quick hand. He's got the quick feet. This boy can fly. Catch me if you can, he says. Trent Hughes behind him. Top knot comes up off. The Welshman's already got the top knot been and done, and up the neck he goes, round behind the head and starting to drop down. He's 3 or 4 blows behind Daniel Seed now. Stands 1 and 3 Shearing together. Daniel's first to step over, and here comes Brandon Maguire up around behind the head. But Shearing blow for blow, Norm.
Yeah, blow for blow it is, and as you'd expect in the intermediate grade final here at the Golden Shears, it's going to be pretty close under the leg, but it looks like Brandon Maguire wiping the wool off the back leg of sheep number 2. Another couple of shots. He will be looking for his third sheep, but Daniel Seed, he's right there with him. He's not giving in. He'll keep his whole adrenaline will be pumping a bit. It looks like Daniel Seed, or no, hit the top of the door at the same time and back out onto the board with sheep number 3 for stands 1 and 3. And down the last side for the rest of the field, Cobb Higgins on stand number 2, and over the tail and out to the toe he goes. Another shot and he heads away into the pen for sheep 3 as well. Right with him is Trent Hughes. Don't leave these other men out. They can still come back from here. There'll be a kicky sheep amongst them from time to time. Something that'll slow the faster ones down. They might catch up a blow or two. And goes Madison Bright from Takapau on stand number 5. Gwydion Davies, the Welshman, down there on stand 6. He turns into the first hind leg and opens it up. Slides right down and towards the backbone. But Daniel Seed this time looks like he's taking the front again as he works his way into the front shoulder, almost laying it down. Oh, long blow time there for Daniel Seed. He has a quick look up the board to see everyone else's, and he fires the shots in there, Morgie. Wipes the wall off the backbone. He's chucking the steel out on this boy.
And look at those feet fly. Steps over with a stomp. He tells me he got his jeans stolen at a show once down Levin, so now he labels them all, and he hasn't had them stolen since. That young man, look at him come down the last side. Under the shoulder, clearing the flank. Daniel Seed, he's got the bit in his teeth, and he's got a decent lead on Brandon Maguire now. He's going to be first one in the pen for sheep number 4 and be halfway through the heat. Here comes Brandon Maguire flowing down the last side, polishing that sheep up, but it's super speed out in front. Come on, Daniel, bring it home for us. 4 sheep, 4th sheep on the board. Cobber Higgins is polishing off his third. In goes Brandon Maguire. Welshman's doing the finishing touches on his third sheep. Trent Hughes is polishing off his third sheep. But it's all Daniel super speed on stand number 3, punching that, but quick sharp blows in there, Norm.
Yeah, he's chucking the steel and he chases it hard with his body as well. He's committed. He's 110% committed, ladies and gentlemen. Up the neck and into the chin and under the back of the ear, and around he goes. Up comes Brandon Maguire, a fine young shearer from Southern. This boy reminds me a lot of his Uncle Eddie's. I watch him shearing around the back of the head. Fantastic shearer that man was. Round the head he goes and into the first front shoulder for Brandon. Come on, Brandon, keep it on, mate. Cobb Higgins steps up and snaps the neck well open. So does Trent Hughes on stand number 5. So does Madison Bright on stand 5. And a long blow time for Gwydion Davies. He might be starting to make a bit of a move, the Welshman. She's been shearing very, very well right through qualifying high. Top qualified one of the rounds anyway. Right through the long blow and into the cheek on the last side is Gwydion Davies. He's coming back at the Kiwi boys. Down he comes onto the shoulder, but Daniel Seed right out onto the back leg. Another couple of shots and he'll be there, but Brandon Maguire, he's only a couple of shots behind him this time as Daniel Seed heads into the pen. Sheep number 5 coming out onto the board. 3 left in there. Way down the belly he rolls. Daniel Seed. Brandon's got to lay this one down just to finish off, and he'll slip it out the hole very shortly, but they cost him a wee bit of time doing that, and Trent Hughes is coming back at him, and so is Gwydion Davies. Now Gwydion Davies starting to open up those big shoulders and swing into it. He's way down the belly. He's right back there with Brandon Maguire. So he's got Brandon sort of covered. He's got Daniel Seed in his sights now, Moggy.
Yeah, but you better bring some pace if you're going to catch up to Daniel. He's up the neck and all dropping into that long blow already. Daniel Seed, he's shearing out of his skin, the young fella. He's loving that. Under that beard, there's a tiny little glimmer of a smile. He's starting to enjoy himself. 3 sheep left in the pen. As he drops into the long blow now, he's got the tight footwork. These sheep are folded up and sitting nicely, but comfortable. He's cradling them in his toes. He's got them sitting exactly where he needs them as he clears the brisket off here. Down over the last shoulder he goes. Little pluck of wool, tidying up. Beautiful, clean job he's doing. And he's got the pace too. Daniel Seed, he's really standing up to be counted here in this intermediate shearing final. 3 sheep left. Here we go, Daniel. Here comes Brandon over Brisket. But Daniel's going to have 6 sheep out on the board. It's all Daniel Seed, the Woodville lad. The Welshman down the end, he's coming for you, Daniel. Keep it up, Norm.
Yeah, he's coming all right. So's Brendan Wairarapa, but the other boys are starting to close up a bit as well. Cobb Higgins right down into the back leg. Trent Hughes right down in the back leg. Down comes Madison Bright, but changes still down on the far sand for Gwydion Davies. Might be a good time to do it. Sheep number 6 on the board. Couple left in there. In goes Cobb Higgins. Straight down to the board, and a change of steel for Trent Hughes there. And drops the handpiece down. He steps into the pen. Finishing touches for Madison Bright. Madison in as well for sheep number 6. Out they come. So Daniel Seed swings around it through into the long blow. Couple of short blows and a big sweeping blow right through to the base of the ear. Steps over and wipes the wool off the backbone of the sheep. Another one he'll turn for home very shortly. Just getting a bit of a stretch in the lead a wee bit on the rest of the field now. The rest of the field all closing up with each other because Cobb Higgins has stepped up the neck now. He's only a few shots behind Brandon Wairarapa. Trent Hughes round the back of the head. He's right there with Cobb Higgins. So is Madison Bright. And Gwydion Davies is away through the long blow. Brandon Wairarapa got himself a little kicker. Didn't need that in the big Golden Shears final, but he's got it and he'll deal with it. Round onto the last cheek. But in goes Daniel Seed, sheep number 7. He'll get this one out. Change of steel first. Let's get a new handpiece on there. And down it goes and in and out he comes. He's a fast fire action man, this fella. Way into the belly he drops. So number 7 on the board. 1 left in the pen. Down the last side comes a Welshman and Brandon Wairarapa still won't leave him alone. But he'll keep it under control. Just keep it all together, Brandon. Keep the quality right. Make sure you keep them old judges happy. Out on the board for the Welshman. Gwydion Davies down on stand number 6. And away down the belly he drops. So he's a few blows ahead of Brandon Wairarapa. Now Brandon sneaks into the pen out on the board with another one. But up the neck for Daniel Seed. Wipes the cheek off and into the base of the ear. Another one out on the board for Trent Hughes and Madison Bright. And Cobb Higgins not far away. So not a lot between the rest of the field. Morgie just the wee man in the middle on stand number 3. He's out in front this time.
Yeah, he's got a heart bigger than far lap. That Daniel Seed, he's got all the speed. Stepping over with a thump on his 7th sheep. 1 left in the pen. Long blow time for Daniel Seed. And he turns and heads for home. He says, I want the cold hands. Hand me that pile of cash. Intermediate shearing finalists. Shearing away here. Brandon Maguire on stand number 1. Dropping into the first shoulder. Clearing the flank now. He's only quarter of a sheep behind. He's within striking distance. He says, don't get comfy up there, Daniel, because here I come. The big Winton man's right there with you. Dropping his 7th sheep. Daniel C's going to have sheep number 8 out on the board. Come on, you Welshman. Come on, you Tacker Power lad. Dig in, dig deep. This is the intermediate shearing final. Stand up and be counted. Under the shoulder goes Madison Bright. Down the last side goes Trent Hughes. Headed for home. 1 sheep left in the pen, and Daniel Seed, he's got his 8th and final sheep on the board, Norm.
So number 8 coming out from the Southlander on stand number 1. If you can hear me, Brandon, go the south. Weight in the belly he rolls, chasing hard. He don't think he's going to catch him from here, but he could very well pull him back on quality because unless Daniel Seed's got that bottom tooth jammed firmly on the skin of every sheep he's shorn, he could lose it in quality to Brandon Maguire. He's a beautiful share of this young man. Up the undermine on number 8 for Brandon. And the Welshman, Gwydion Davies down there. He's round the back of the head into the front shoulder. But Daniel Seed, 8th and final sheep on the board, ladies and gentlemen. Bring this young man home. He's shorn his heart out for you here tonight. Under the leg and away down the flank he flies. Smashing into the last leg. He winds the handpiece right out to the toe. Another couple of shots from Woodville, ladies and gentlemen. Daniel Seed's going to lead the field home. Red button time there for the man from Woodville.
Beautiful job, Daniel Seed. Well done. What an intermediate final. He's really set the pace there. Just under 11 minutes 30 for 8 sheep. And clean shorn too. Brandon Maguire coming down the last side. There's some fight. These are live animals. And the Welshman's finished. He's got slightly better board points. Good in. We're going to have to wait for the judges out the back to get the final say. Time taken on 5. Time taken on 1. And Trent and Cobber Higgins is going to polish off his 8th sheep. Now this is still the intermediate grade. Time doesn't count for much. It's all going to come down to the job out the back. There's not much in the board points. Cobb Higgins is actually the cleanest on the board if you look up there. 1.4. It's going to, how clean's your job? Keep your job right, Cobb, and we can still see you up first.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. He can still win it from here. Don't count this man out, but that sheep might just have to cooperate a little bit. Oh, one in the old family region, but he sucked it in. Around on the last front shoulder for Kyle Higgins. Duncan Higgins, another few shots and he'll be looking for the red button as well. This young man from Marlborough, down the last side he pours.
They tell me he got his name. Raylene, his contractor, was having trouble with the pronunciation of the Pākehā names, so she called him Cobber.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, because Duncan's really hard to pronounce, isn't it? Yeah.
Well, it was. That's just what I've been told. It didn't really roll off her tongue that well, so she renamed him.
Well done. Give them a big hand, ladies and gentlemen, our Trust House-sponsored intermediate finalists. And, of course,
stay there, Norm.
A huge thanks. Just stay up on the board, guys.
Welcome back to the studio here at the Golden Shears in Masterton. We're beaming live worldwide and compliments of Wairarapa TV and Noise Productions. We've just witnessed, folks, the Trust House Intermediate Shearing Final, and it looks very good for a young shearer called Daniel Seed from the mighty town of Woodville. So we'll see. The points are going to be collated, and that's an instant prize giving. But it's our pleasure, folks out there, to welcome into the studio a young man that's as happy as, and I'm sure he's probably been talking to his mum and dad out there and just said, "Hey, tune in. We've got a presentation to make." So we are going to welcome in the Golden Shears 2018 Junior Champion, Brooke Hamilton. Well done, Brooke.
Cheers, Koro. Thank you.
Hey, how you feeling at the moment?
Oh, yeah, still pretty shaky.
Still pretty shaky?
Yeah.
Well, you've got the red ribbon in there. So, hey, look, you've only been shearing 7 months, and that's a true junior. I would have thought you would have shorn in the novice. How come you went straight to the junior?
Probably said, Pete, like, nah, don't worry about that. Move straight up to the junior.
Move straight into the junior. That's what I like. And you've obviously got some good heroes in your neck of the woods.
Yeah. All my uncles, stepdad, and all that. Yeah, look up to them, and yeah, they've been helping me out heaps with my shearing, and yeah, it's been pretty cool.
Well, we better name those people, and it's none other than Lorraine and Pete Chilcott, and Matt and Roland Smith. Those are the guys in behind the future champion here. And for a shearer that's only been going for 7 months, it's amazing. How old are you, Brooke?
20. Yeah.
20 years of age. So it was a good show. And this is your second win?
Yeah, second one.
Your first win was?
At Waipark Show.
Waipukaro in Central Hawke's Bay, and he's got $500. The sponsors of that junior shearing event was the Golden Shears folks out there, and we wish him well for his future. So what's the future for Brooke Hamilton?
Oh, just keep shearing at the moment.
Keep shearing at the moment. And is there anybody you'd like to make a bit of a shout out to, and before we go back to the stadium?
Yeah, I'd like to say shout out to Mum and Pete watching, and all the family at home, and yeah, cheers.
Got a girlfriend?
Nah, not
Hey?
one of them. Nah.
Haven't got time for a girlfriend. Hey, but look, it's wonderful, and I hear you're going to the United Kingdom very soon.
Yeah, and late April, head over there and do a season over there and see how it is over there.
Oh, well, and you were there when your Uncle Matt did the World U record?
Yeah, I was pressing that day, yeah. It was a long day.
Long day.
Yeah.
Oh, well, hey, thank you very much, Brooke, and of course anybody out there that you haven't missed out, you've said hi to Pete and Lorraine, and he's a proud man, Pete and Lorraine, and we'll look after him here down at the Golden Shears for the year 2018. We're going to cross now back to the stadium. Thank you, Toby.
Kieran. Thank you, Gerald. It's time to present the prizes for the Trust House Intermediate Shearing. To present these, Jeff Kay, manager of the Jackson Street Bar, one of the many Trust House bars throughout Wairarapa.
Thanks, Kieran. On behalf of Trust House, we're proudly sponsor these events. It's great to see the young fellas coming through. Hopefully in a short while, you'll be in the senior competitions and going for that big title. So on behalf of Trust House, well done, and to the winners, well done.
It's always important to point out when the competition is tight. I think it's also important to point out when one shearer stands out. The winner of the Trust House Intermediate Shearing had 45.2 penalty points. Second place had 50. First place, receiving $500 and a packet of Lister combs, Brandon Maguire Ratima. Congratulations. You're a Golden Shears champion. Brilliant.
I don't know really what to say, but first of all, I'd just like to thank Trust House for sponsoring this event, everyone for coming out and supporting me today, all my family for coming up and down from North Island, my partner and my brother. Cheers, thank you. And the judges and all the other competitors and everyone who made this happen, cheers.
Second place, receiving $250 plus a packet of Lister combs from Wales, Gwydion Davies. Third place, $200, Madison Bright. Fourth place, $160, Daniel Seed. Fifth place, $150, Trent Hughes. And put your hands together for sixth place, $140, Cobb Higgins. While we complete the photos, could I please invite Fiona Gower and the competitors from the junior Woolhandling onto the board, please. The next presentation is the Rural Women New Zealand Junior Woolhandling. Presenting this on behalf of Rural Women New Zealand is their National President, Fiona Gower.
Good afternoon. Rural Women New Zealand is delighted to be the sponsor for the Junior Woolhandling competition here at the Golden Shears. Rural Women New Zealand has been supporting and strengthening rural communities since 1925, and many of those involved in the wool industry live and work in these rural communities and are affected by the issues such as equitable access to health services, education and social issues, including the lack of quality broadband and cell phone access coverage. Rural Women New Zealand will continue to work hard to find more positive outcomes in these areas for us. Rural women throughout the years have and still have very strong links to the wool industry, whether it's on a broom or on a handpiece, preparing sheep for shearing, selling and buying wool, or showing enterprise by turning a quality raw product into high value and value-added goods. Rural Women New Zealand loves to celebrate excellence, and we certainly have seen that in the last 2.5 days. Congratulations to all those junior wool handling competitors. Well done.
The winner of the Rural Women New Zealand Junior Wool Handling will receive $300. This was tight. First place had penalty points of 173.5. Second place, penalty points of 174. The winner of the Rural Women New Zealand Junior Wool Handling, Naira Puha. They've tried to walk past me before. Congratulations, this is a phenomenal achievement, and how wonderful to experience this with this wee one.
Yeah. I'd just like to thank all the competitors, the girls who have been doing it all season, the sponsors, our shearers, and my family for supporting us. Thank you.
Second place, receiving $150, Sarah Davis. Third place and $120, Summer Pritchard. And fourth place, $100, Samantha Baxter. Could I now please invite Sonia Rimene and the competitors of the senior wool handling to the board, please. The senior wool handling is sponsored by Te Puni Kōkiri, and presenting on behalf of Te Puni Kōkiri is Sonia Rimene.
E ngā mana, e ngā rau, e ngā ka rangaranga maha o ngā hauewha. Tēnei te mihi kia koutou katoa. So I wear another hat. I work for Te Puni Kōkiri, of which we have sponsored Golden Shears for many years. But why have we supported this event? Well, we know that the Golden Shears is an iconic event held in Wairarapa annually and is internationally recognised. It's hard to believe that the Golden Shears is in its 58th year and continues to attract competitors from all parts of the world. Now, the Golden Shears tells me two things. We have some very smart, savvy, and very fit Māori people in agriculture, and there are many others who are watching and who think so too. Golden Shears are able to showcase the very best wool harvesting expertise, talent, and safe work practices. The success of the Golden Shears is largely due to the voluntary efforts of the committee and the 200 plus volunteers during the event. This is an example of a community-driven kaupapa. So to those who compete, those whānau who work in the agriculture sector, those whānau who support our agricultural sector, the mana and honour associated with winning this prestigious competition is huge. Hoi anō, it's not just about winning, it's also about focusing on the benefits of just being in the competition. It's a privilege to sponsor the senior wool handling event. Ngā mihi ahau ki a koutou. We celebrate success, we celebrate whānau achieving their potential. Congratulations to all the competitors. Tēnā tātou katoa.
The winner of the Te Puni Kōkiri Senior Wool Handling receives $600. From Gore, Sharon Tuakarainga. Congratulations, you've come a long way, and in the end it was worth it.
Yeah. I just want to thank the sponsors, the judges, and everyone watching from the Deep South. Hello. And my sister, Crystal, thanks for everything you do. And my partner, Mitch, and just all the competition was here. It was just amazing. Like, with a lot of talent. But yeah, cheers.
Good on you. Second place receiving $300 from Danny Verk, Ash Boyce. Third place and $150 from Invercargill, Lashara Anderson. And fourth place receiving $120, Ricky Stevens. Could we please have Kevin Gibbs and Shannon Bradshaw and those who competed in the North Island Wool Circuit Wool Handling up on the board, please? The North Island Wool Circuit Wool Handling is sponsored by Gibbs Honeybees, and presenting this award on behalf of Gibbs Honeybees are Kevin Gibbs and Shannon Bradshaw.
Tēnā koutou katoa. Ko rangi tūmau te maunga, ko romahanga te awa, ko taki tūmu te waka. Ko te oriori tōku marae. No kei konei ahau, no Wairarapa. Ko Kevin Gibbs tōku papa, ko Maury Gibbs tōku mama, ko Shannon ahau. Nei rā te mihi ki a koutou katoa. It's an absolute pleasure to be standing here on behalf of Gibbs Honeybees today, which is the brainchild of my father, locally owned and operated, and proudly the longest serving commercial beekeeping operation in Wairarapa, celebrating 30 years. It is a family affair. My mother, my father, myself, my husband, my brothers, brother-in-law, cousins, and a few local boys make up our team. We take pride in harvesting some of the best manuka honey in New Zealand. We're extremely proud of sponsoring this event, being a shearing show rascal myself, carted around by mum and dad to all the shows as a youngster. We understand as a whānau the commitment and passion all you competitors put into perfecting your craft. We would like everyone to acknowledge this, as because of their passion to be the best they can, they gain an extremely trained eye and hand in spotting the impurities in our wool. day after day in the wool sheds. They process it to a premium level that the export quality of our wool is something as a nation to be proud of. Lastly, this event is unlike the others. This event consists of these women competing show after show to rack up the points to make this final. They didn't simply come here this week and perform well. They've been at the top of their game all year, travelling around the North Island in their weekends after a hard week of work. So enjoy this moment, ladies. You've climbed your way up from junior to open, which is many years in the process, and we appreciate that as a whānau. May your family and everybody else here be proud of them and celebrate in their achievement also. We are in absolute awe. Mauri ora tātou.
First place in the Gibbs Honeybees North Island Wool Circuit Woolhandling receives $800. From Taihape, Cherie Alabaster. Now, Cherie, you've been up here a number of times now, but I guarantee the feeling does not dim.
No, it certainly doesn't, but it wasn't an easy competition, to be fair. These guys gave it everything as well. Just like to sincerely thank Gibbs Honeybees, Maury, Kevin and the whānau for all of that you've done, your beautiful speech, that was awesome. And just like to encourage you, all the other competitors, to enter the circuit. It's a good way to get better at your skills. And I'd just like to say a big thanks to my mum for looking after my girl. Thanks.
Second place and $400, Pagan Karoria from Alexandra. Third place and $300, Karen Herbert. And fourth place, $200, Monica Portai. Just while we complete that presentation, I'd like to invite the President of Golden Shears, Philip Morrison, onto the board, and also give those that are due to receive 10-year and 25-year badges a heads up. Those who are due to receive 10-year badges, could you please make your way to the board and enter to my right, and those that are due to receive 25 badges, please make your way to the vicinity of the announcing table. Thank you. We all know how special the Golden Shears are, but what some do not understand is the amount of commitment, work and effort that is required from our volunteers in order to put this competition on. Golden Shears Committee likes to recognise the extended years of service by those volunteers by issuing 10, 25 and 50-year badges. We now wish to present 10-year badges. I'll be calling the names out one by one. If you could please come up, receive your badge from Philip and make your way to the left of the board. Sonia Brown, Daphne Tefare, Tommy Davidson, Paikia Tefare, Geraldine Carroll, Lynn Paku, Logie Atkinson, Raylene Kirkpatrick, Dave McLean and Peter Cox. Put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen, for the commitment they've shown to the Golden Shears. The next list of recipients is for 25 years service to Golden Shears. And this list, remarkably, is even longer. Once again, we'll call them up one by one. Dave McPherson, Joy Arcus, Bruce Christensen, David Bowie, Daryl Hart, Anne Hart, Brian Wallace, Miles Oldershaw, Lance Waddell, Graham Checkley, Willie Buick, Graham McNay, Margaret O'Kane, Nairi Montgomery, Kath Thompson, Barry Colhoun, Stuart Atkinson, Dave McLean, and Peter Cox. Ladies and gentlemen, the 25-year badge recipients. We have one final presentation. I'd like to invite former President and life member of the Golden Shears, Greg Herrick, to speak to this presentation.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I think this next presentation is one of the most precious presentations that we have at Golden Shears. It's grown in stature over the years. There's a lot of trophies around for all our competitors, but this one means a lot. It's the Alistair Simpson Memorial Trophy. Now, I'd just like to clarify a few things. A lot of memorial trophies can get lost very quickly over the years. The name can get lost. Years move on, new people come in. So I'm just going to refresh those people that don't know about Alistair Simpson. Many older people out there will remember Alistair. Alistair was a shearing judge in the 1960s, 70s, and unfortunately he passed away at the age of around 55 in the early 80s. Now, during that time, he was loyal to Golden Shears. Everyone knew him here. I believe he used to run shearing judge seminars up in the King Country. So he was a great bloke. I started shearing here and I can remember Alistair up here judging. Some of you out there will remember Alistair. So it's become very valuable. It is awarded to people from all over New Zealand that have given years of service and commitment to Golden Shears. There are many, many great names on that trophy. But this year, I think there's something very special. We have a very special person that's going to receive this year. This person is very dear. He's a great friend to many of you out there, but he's a dear friend to us here at Golden Shears. He started out the back with the YFC tipping sheep way back in the beginning of 1970. He worked his way through and became in charge of all the sheep rotation out there as a yardman. And then we pushed him through into the front here. And I'm probably giving the name away now. He became our stage manager. Many of you will remember him walking up here with coloured socks on. A big burly guy, hairy back, all sorts of clothes. You didn't know what he's going to wear from one day to the other. He progressed through to be a president of Golden Shears and a life member a couple of years ago. So I'm sure he's well known, but it is a great privilege. I would ask Mr. Darryl Hart to please come up on the stage.
Should have told me. I would have worn some shoes. You should have told me I would have worn some shoes. Thanks very much. I'm not used to this sort of carry on. Yeah, I don't really know what to say. I knew Alistair when he was judging, and he was a good judge. You could always go and have a yak to him afterwards, and he'd tell you where you're going wrong, and as the all judges did in those days. So just on behalf of Golden Shears and everybody that running it, and it's been a fair while behind here, but at the moment I've sort of retired now. I did my last lot of shearing in the veterans, and that was it. I'm going to take my toolbox with all my gear in it down to the museum, and they can put it down there. So that's it for now. Thanks very much.
That concludes this presentation, ladies and gentlemen. Pass you back to our commentators to continue the day's events.
Thank you, Kieran. And
Righto.
congratulations to the recipients of all those prizes. Morgan, you got something for us?
Axel Reid, Floyd Neal, Hemi Braddock, Matt Tamoe, Michael Fabish, and Ringa Paiwai. Can you please come to the announcer's desk, please? Axel, Floyd, Hemi, Matt, Michael, and Ringa. And we're going to carry straight on with our senior.
Well, folks out there in the World Wide Web, welcome back to the studio here at the Golden Shears for the year 2018. And our special guests, we have two of them, or three of them altogether. And first of all, we're going to say congratulations to this young man, Brendan Maguire Ratima. Tēnā koe, Brendan, and he is the Trust House Intermediate Shearing Champion. He has the red ribbon, he's got $500, and he's got some sponsors product in there. So, Brendan, well done. How are you feeling at this time?
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good, Koro. Had a bit of a shock there last year, but yeah, sort of made up for it this year. So, yeah, I'm feeling, all right.
As you can see, folks out there, this man is a very cool